one of the first clues that I had of the importance of cancer mentors, and in an informal way at the time, was as soon as I was diagnosed with cancer, two people in particular came to me and wanted to help me through the journey myself. And they were a phone call away all the time, through the surgeries, through the chemotherapy, even through waiting for the first test results, actually. And they were always available to talk with me about what to do when you felt nauseated, or how to handle losing your hair. Two women that were just really sisters through the journey to me. And it bothered me when I'd go into the chemo room and see people there all by themselves. Now, some people go for chemotherapy, for any of their treatments alone, out of choice. But some people go alone because they don't have anyone to go with them. And distinctly, I remember sitting there thinking how hard it must be to not have the support.
Cancer is probably the scariest word somebody will hear in their lifetime. It doesn't matter if you're a captain of industry, you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you're an engineer. It's an equal opportunity disease. And the first thing I see in their face is fear, despair, and dramatic loneliness.
It's like a flash flood when the ground can't absorb the rain when it falls so quickly, and the water runs off into the streams. That's sort of how that diagnosis was to me. It all came on me. You've got the emotions, you've got the fears for your family, and then you've got all the information. I mean, suddenly you feel the need to be an expert about the type of cancer that you have. And you need to know overnight, and you need to understand the tests that are going to be done tomorrow, the implications of the tests that are being done tomorrow, the decisions that need to be made in the next few days, and the surgery that will occur in the next week. All of that happens so fast you really can't decide where to put your focus.
When Kathy and I started brainstorming on guideposts, we were excited. We felt that we can make a difference. And Kathy told me something extraordinary. She told me, hey, I have purpose. And that's when everything clicked off for me. I said, that's what we really need to do, is when cancer tries to take something away, we need to give people purpose.
One of the things that has impressed me in working with just setting up the basic tenets of GPS, we did focus group sessions, not only with cancer survivors, but with family members of cancer survivors. And I have been so honored and touched by the candor that these people displayed in telling us the intimate details. Husbands telling about cooking 4 different things for dinner just to try to find one thing their wife could eat. A son talking about looking after his mother and having to defy some of the other siblings' wants and wishes and bring his mother to live with him so he could look after her. They're very touching stories, and they're stories that I think lend a lot of support and a lot of credence to other people's journeys as well. And it's a real blessing that we're going to be able to help people share these experiences.
Any experience you survive and do well with makes you stronger. And what we learn from that, we then pass on to the next.
It doesn't mean that you aren't going to have to forge your own path. It just means that we can help you avoid some of the potholes and the bumps in the road along the way.
This is our chance to set that right. Give every person a GPS to navigate this very complicated journey. And it is a hard journey, but to make it much more acceptable for them, and more importantly, for them to feel in control and never let cancer take away that hope or cause that fear, and therefore be a guidepost in getting them to the place they need to get to in their journey.